And a lot of people in the black community have it and don't even realize it.
Hidradenitis Suppurativa, sharing it without context used to trigger me, but now I'm past that stage and I have control of my outbreaks. So I'm here to share it with you because I know a lot of people suffer in silence and the shame dies today.
So it is March 12th and it is 6:49 in the AM, and I have on my husband's shirt. I'm not even gonna sit up here and try and play with y'all and act like I be having on clothes because it's like not a thing. So this morning I will be giving myself a lip scrub, you know, to lighten my lips up a little bit. And but listen, like, I used to feel away like, oh man, do I really want to come on here and show this? That's another reason why I used to just wear my hair in like short pixie cuts all the time, because it's easier like that. I'm doing hair all day and when do I have time? Plus I got 2 kids. When it comes to me and my hair, like growing hair has never been a big deal. Like most of the time, if y'all see a cosmetologist with short hair, her hair is short because she chooses to have it short because it's easier, right? So that's what it was for me, especially with dealing with HS. So I will always wear my hair in a short pixie cut because that was the easiest way for me to deal with it anytime I would have an outbreak. Or my hair cut in a V because the spot that it only comes here, and every blue moon if I'm just eating too recklessly in the middle of my head. So that is something that I can always camouflage and offset with layers or whatever, and then layers to cover up this part if it has any outbreaks. And then I have my hair, like I said, cut in a V shape, so once anything happens over here, you know, it's not a big deal. You can't see the difference in it thinning out. And the reason that I'm addressing this looking like this instead of making a full-fledged video, because I was gonna make a full-fledged video. Hidradenitis Suppurativa is something that doctors don't even know, don't even have that much information on. So if you are somebody who thinks that they have hidradenitis suppurativa, or you go into the doctors to see, they'll be able to tell you what it is, but they do not know what really the root cause of it is. It's still a mystery, and there's no cure, because the results of it, even though the stages of it can get pretty intense. I'll put some stuff here on the screen, like it can get pretty intense or whatever, you know, but it's not, even the most intense form isn't really life-threatening. So they're not putting a whole bunch of money into it for the research, because that's what it takes. They got to put money into it. It has to be important enough, and it causing bodily harm to enough people for them to put money into it. And it's just not mainstream enough because it's something that most people go through in private because it's embarrassing. And that's why I'm about to say this in this video, because if I'm going to fix this in my head like I do all the time, because it's something that everybody almost everybody on my dad's side of the family has. Well, not everybody, but a good majority of people on my father's side of the family have. You know, this is not something that is gonna go away unless, you know, I change my eating habits 100%. I know what to do to make it go away. This is something that I've dealt with my whole life, so I don't need advice, and it's not because of anything that I've done wrong or anything, you know. So as time goes on, if you hear on my channel, like, you will notice, like, one moment you'll come on my channel and you gonna notice, oh, seeing your edges then thickened up, oh, boom chicka boom boom, and then you may come back another week and see, like, oh dang, like they thinned out. Yes, it's because hidradenitis suppurativa does not have a cure right now, but I can I can control it by the way that I eat. So if you come on my channel and you be like, oh, her edges look thin, don't leave your Bill Nye the Science Guy comments below. Don't do that. Just be like, oh, Cyn must be eating a whole lot of chicken this week. Whenever I call myself posting a video to share, because I know there are people who, you know, suffer from hidradenitis suppurativa in private. So, you know, I know me sharing my videos do help a lot of people that deal with it to know that they're not by themselves or whatever. But it's just like, damn, it's so many bald-headed grandkids on here, you know? It's so many bald-headed granddaughters on YouTube just talking shit, and it just make it hard, you know, for you to share. And I know it's like, oh, don't let one bad apple spill the whole bunch, but it's like when the whole apple bag stank, it's like, nigga.
Now let's talk about the difference between breakage and balding. This is not breakage. What you are seeing is shorter pieces of hair that have now regrown themselves in between places that did not go bald from an outbreak. So the shorter pieces, if you pay attention, that's not broken hair. The shorter hair is healthier hair. This is why I wear my hair cut in a V and why I wear my hair in layers, because if something happens and I get an outbreak on the sides or in the middle, I can cut my hair in layers, which is what I'm doing this time around. In about maybe like a month, I'm going to go ahead and cut my hair in more drastic layers to go ahead and even out that slight line of demarcation that you would see at the top if my hair did grow to a certain level, to go ahead and cut that out, because that used to be a bald spot and my hair is growing super duper fast, which makes it freaking amazing, you guys, because it makes it so I can go ahead and get rid of this. And if I wasn't making videos, honestly, I could just wear weaves maybe for, let me say, another 6 months and make sure that I'm taking care of my hair. Never make a video, you guys would never see this breakage. You would just be like, oh girl, your hair looking healthy, because HS is something that I was born with, right? So I don't know anything else other than this. So don't feel bad for me, don't feel sorry for me, because this is it's not a big deal. Like, it's really not a big deal.
I'm not judging you. I don't want to do this either. Like, I don't want to watch this.
Remember this? Oh my god, I freaking shaved my head off, like all of my hair off. And I mean, my hair was already short, but I went ahead and just cut it even shorter, and hair grows back, you guys. Our hair is not like our ovaries, okay? If you cut it, it will grow back. It is not a big freaking deal. Now, the thing that is a big deal is what we do to the follicle, to the cuticle. Make sure that you guys go back and watch some of my previous videos so you can see the way that I kind of sort of stretch my hair before the blow drying process. Any pieces that you see that appear to be straighter are not straighter. We have a video coming really soon where I'll show you my curls completely and how my hair looks right now, you guys. But I also want you to know that I am still throwing up in the air of whether or not I'm going to heat train my hair or not. Anytime I make a video where I say that your curls are not a definition of or a representation of how healthy your hair is, there's always at least one grandkid, you know, that graduated from YouTube University that always wants to argue in the comments. But you guys, the only thing that your curls represent is the amount of protein that lives within the hair shaft. You guys know how I talk about the hydrogen bond, the disulfide bond, and the salt bond. Well, the hydrogen bond is the one that we're dealing with right now, right? The one that's broken with water. But the disulfide bond is created by sulfur to sulfur linkages within the hair shaft. And when one or more sulfur atoms linked together, it's a disulfide bond, right? So the more softer to softer linkages you have within the hair shaft, the curlier your hair is. So if you are a person with a naturally curly hair, you have a lot of softer to softer linkages within your hair shaft, right? And so the curlier your hair is, if you're somebody with super duper curly hair to the point you like, I don't even have a curl pattern, you have a countless amount of softer to softer linkages within your hair shaft. But if you're a person who basically has no curl pattern whatsoever, you don't really have any softer to softer linkages within the hair shaft. Is that simple. All right. So if you want to have curlier hair, like you want to get a perm, what you would do is you would go and put in protein. You would put protein in the hair because the hair doesn't have those softer to softer linkages. So you create those softer to softer linkages. And that's when you're getting perms or a Jerry curl or the Gina curl, things like that. You're reorganizing the bonds in the hair. But when you get a relaxer, or if you heat train your hair, what you're doing is moving around those softer to softer linkages. Instead of having a lot of softer to softer linkages, you'll have a lesser amount of them. You end up taking away some of the protein that's in your hair. That does not mean that your hair is not healthy. It just means that you have less of those softer to softer linkages within the hair shaft. Now, when you see a person who has dull or limp hair, or somebody whose hair is over processed, this is a person who has taken too many of those softer to softer linkages out of the hair. But there are women, black women, who have relaxers, who have safely taken away just a few of those softer to softer linkages, and their hair is thriving and healthy. So for anyone who is watching this video and you're getting triggered by me saying that your curls do not represent the health of your hair, it is a fact that your curl pattern does not represent the health of your hair. All right, this is up close and personal. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. All right, Hidradenitis Suppurativa, that's what it looks like when you're healing yourself from it. And I've had more clients than I can count, by the way. That is a microfiber ponytail holder. I'm so in love with it. It doesn't snag on my hair or my daughter's hair or my mom's hair. You guys check the links in the description box below to get your hands on one, baby. But that is up close and personal. Listen, you see that side right there? This thin side, the other side of my head used to look just like that. I'm gonna be 32 coming really soon, and this is something that I've dealt with my whole life. It jumps from side to side. It is not a big deal. The follicle can be repaired as long as it's not permanently damaged. But with hidradenitis suppurativa, it's actually an attack on the sweat gland, and my body is attacking itself because my body produces too much estrogen, right? So anytime I eat food that is like overly processed, right? So if I don't eat organic meats, meaning anything fast food, anything like that, what it ends up doing, it sends a alert system to my I can't talk to my sweat gland, because your sweat gland is responsible for releasing the toxins that you put inside of the body out. So whenever I have a outlandish amount of estrogen and unnatural hormones in my body, then my HS is triggered. Or whenever it's closer to that time of the month, anybody with hidradenitis suppurativa knows that whenever you get closer to that time of the month is most of the time when outbreaks happen. Why is that? It's because as a woman, whenever Aunt Flo gets to come in town, our body gets a rush of hormones, and hidradenitis suppurativa is a hormone imbalance, right? And an attack on the sweat gland. So that's what happens, right? And your girl was eating stuff she ain't have no business. Okay, I literally get outbreaks in my scalp absolutely never when I have a completely plant-based diet, but I've been slipping on my pimping a little bit, so you know that's not what had been going on. But right now in 2022, first of all, I've been married for 12 years. My husband gets irritated with me when I hide my outbreaks. He gets irritated with me when I hide the ones on my body, under my arms, like the one I'm having right now, or anywhere else. He does not care. So I am done like editing my videos around my hidradenitis suppurativa spots, because it's something that is going to happen. You know, if I lay off of a strict diet, which is something that I will do, but I'm done hiding it. And I'm also done hiding it for my clients. And my clients, I have so many clients. I love you guys so much, and I'm doing this for you. I have so many clients that have HS in their scalp, just like I do. And people think that they have, you know, certain forms of alopecia or traction alopecia, or that it came from wigs and things of that nature. No, it does not. This is what it looks like. You are not alone. You are not by yourself. There is nothing for you to be ashamed of, and it is not permanent. Granted, I am here with you. I am not perfect. Sometimes your girl want a double cheeseburger with some mac sauce. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when I eat a double cheeseburger with some mac sauce, ooh, or when I go to Cane's and I get a caniac combo with extra Texas toast and I make a sandwich out of it, ooh, I get outbreaks in my scalp. So like I said, I don't want you guys to feel alone. I don't want you to feel by yourself. Make sure that if you are not subscribed to my channel, you do it right now. So that way you can go ahead and keep up with me with this journey. You can come back and check back and forth, because this is not the first, second, third, or fourth time. This has happened in my scalp more times than I can count. And guess what? There is a huge percentage of men and women who have hidradenitis suppurativa. But hidradenitis suppurativa is one disorder that most people suffer with in silence, because it is one of the most embarrassing things that one can go through. And the symptoms and the way that it looks, it comes off to a person who knows nothing about it. You get shamed and put in other categories with other people, so you just don't even want to share. And the only thing that doctors know of to help doesn't actually help. It makes it worse. So you guys, I have been, like I said, I'm 32, been dealing with this my whole life. Any cure that you've ever heard about, I've heard about it. But all of the medications that you can take forward, do you see that? That is what used to be a bald spot. All those shorter pieces, yeah. So you guys just know that at this point, my hair is in a stage where it is recovering itself and recuperating from past outbreaks, but it is not a big deal. You can always recuperate. So that's all I'm doing at this point, you guys. I'm not going to keep talking you guys to death, even though I already have, and we at the end of this. So I might as well keep going. Yeah, I'm no quitter. But do you see that side? Like, y'all, it would be so irritating, like editing videos, cutting it out. I'm not about to keep hiding certain things that I have no control over with. That's how you can tell I'm nervous, because I'm not doing this voiceover over and I'm tripping over my words because I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my God, Cyn, are you gonna post this? Yes. Like, I'm not about to be ashamed of myself. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why am I being who I am in my home, but being somebody else, or not being somebody else, but hiding certain things about myself online? Like, it is what it is. The people who have a problem, and if you feel like, oh my God, I'm tripping over my words because I don't want to post this, but it's going up. If you are a person who feels like you can't receive from me and you can't learn from me because of things that I'm dealing with personally, you know, in my body, if you feel like you can't receive from me because of that, then hey, you know, this may not be the flavor of the month for you. It is what it is. But I have to be true to myself. I have to be true to my daughter. I have to be true to my son, because what's on the internet lives forever. And I wouldn't be able to live with myself with my kids seeing me pretending to be somebody else on here with y'all, and I'm ashamed of who I am, because I don't know if my children will deal with this or not. So I'm going to make sure that I'm true to myself 100%. So let me know in the comments below if whether or not you deal with hidradenitis suppurativa, if you have anything that you think could possibly be hidradenitis suppurativa. And oh, I love this song, Lolo, I just wanna love. Y'all look that song up for me, look it up. Oh my god, you're gonna love it. But you know, I just don't want to be a part of the problem. I need my daughter to know exactly how to deal with this, and if I'm hiding it, and if I'm pretending to be somebody that I'm not, or if I'm pretending to move in a way that I don't move, then my daughter won't have the tools that she needs to be able to get past this. So yeah, this is what it looks like in my scalp. Hidradenitis suppurativa, that's what it is. That's whose ass I be kicking, okay, all the time. I don't really want to say hidradenitis suppurativa won this time because I wasn't really fighting. I let it win because I really wanted that caniac combo with the extra Texas toast. That's what it is. But you know, I am really proud of where my hair is today. I'm really proud of the progress that I've made in spite of hidradenitis suppurativa, in spite of telogen effluvium that I experienced when my father passed away. And I mean, you deal with that for a while, but you know, I've been able to manifest every and anything that I need to, you guys, and I have so much more on the way, but I'm tired.